What's up, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC, and today I am going to review Ahsoka Episode 2, Toil and Trouble. Ooh. We're dealing with some witch shit. They might as well put this shit out around October then. Interest level on this episode was kind of low, but it gave me some other stuff to chew on and get interested in. But more so, what I'm getting interested in is the characters, people playing the characters that I don't necessarily care about. Like, I found out just a couple minutes ago before recording this review that Mary Elizabeth Winstead was in the show. I didn't know that. And racking my brain to figure out where the hell she would be in this show, came up with Harrison Dula. Sure enough, I looked it up on my phone for the cast list because I didn't want any spoilers, but I'm getting some because they're showing me everybody that's in the whole season. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is playing Harrison Dula, which answers a question for me why Harrison Dula has so much butt cheek in her little flight suit. Now I know why. I don't mind it, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I don't mind her at all. So, okay, that's mystery solved, so to speak. I also figured out that David Tennant is playing Hayum in this. He's playing a robot, which is fine. I like David Tennant. He was one of my favorite doctors in Doctor Who franchise. I don't mind him playing anything, really. I really don't. I didn't catch it the first time I watched it. By second episode, I did catch his voice, his inflections. Yes, it's David Tennant playing the robot. Okay, fine. All well and good. This episode, shorter than the last episode, and from what I understand, the next episode that comes on tonight, which is queued up already, will be shorter than this episode. So we went from 54 minutes to 44 minutes down to 34 minutes. Is like we're diminishing returns. Anybody? I mean, what the fuck is going on? That's 3 episodes and they're just fading in time span. It's like there's only one person writing this. What's the problem? I don't get it. But regardless of that, this episode sees a little bit of planet hopping, which I don't mind, seeing some new planets, seeing some new places. Thank God we haven't gone to another desert planet yet, because I'm about as sick as those as Anakin. Okay, I'd kill somebody to leave too. But you're getting a little bit more information about how these people are trying to find Thrawn. Now, the main thing I'm getting from this, especially with the title of Toil and Trouble, which is something I complained about in the first episode, which is I don't like regurgitation. Copies and regurgitation bother the hell out of me. Now, I may be placing it on that I'm pretty old, and I've seen a lot of stuff. So every time I see these things, it's bringing back memories of other things that it was possibly taken from. And one of the things I'm getting from this is the whole Morgan Elsbeth stuff. And every time I hear her name, Morgan, all I'm thinking of is Morgan Le Fay from Arthurian legend. That's all I'm thinking of, because they've already referred to her as a witch in the first episode. And she said she was one of the Night Sisters of Dathomir, which are kind of witches. And they're sitting here at this Stonehenge kind of monument, pulling up this spatial map from some creatures from outside this galaxy, and all I'm thinking of, witchcraft. That's all I'm thinking of is witchcraft. I'm like, okay, witchcraft. Okay, so she's Morgan Le Fay. That's all I'm thinking of. Even with the green flame and everything else, I'm like, dude, where's the A material? Where's the originality? I'm sorry. I'm having too many references to other stuff when I want to actually watch your material. This is what's bothering me about this. This is what's bothering me. I got another shipyard fight, which I got one of those in Obi-Wan. So here we go again, right? Another person with a dual lightsaber showing up. I guess that was Marok, since they didn't mention his name at all. But it's a robotic looking thing that just knows how to fight with a double-bladed lightsaber, Inquisitor style. Like, don't give a shit about the Inquisitors either. This was another creation by Dave. I don't give a fuck about these people. Anyway, they have a fight at the shipyard. You find out somebody on the shipyard is acting shady. Just like you found out in Obi-Wan, somebody at the shipyard was being shady. It seems to me from watching this, the New Republic don't got no handle on none of this shit. Everybody's walking around with their chest stuck out like we beat the Empire and we badasses, and don't know all these people is basically Imperial remnants that's still working for you. You can't run none of this shit without them. None of it. And you wonder why they keep turning on you left, right, and center. Because y'all weak. You weak sauce. Like, Jesus Christ. So, the little bit of the story on the inside of this is getting Sabine Wren back in the fold with Ahsoka Tano and them on the ship together, flying around doing missions. Well, that is all well and good. One of the things, and this is just one of them that I had a problem with, was seeing that this chick survived a lightsaber to the gut. Now, sure enough, it went through her side. Lightsabers cauterize wounds. Okay, we know that. We know. We fucking know. Ain't nobody else survived no lightsaber wounds but chicks. But chicks. Everybody else who had a lightsaber ran through them usually lost an arm, a hand, some shit. It's only the chicks in Star Wars now that they keep wanting to force in there when there were already females in Star Wars. The ones that they keep trying to force in there, pun intended, they can't lose a limb. Only thing they can get is stabbed through the little midriff. So it messes up your bikini, I guess. And then they survive. Miraculously, they survive. Like, oh, it wasn't that bad. This shit is bothering the fuck out of me. Stop saving these goddamn bitches. What the fuck? You mean Qui-Gon Jinn had to die? Darth Maul survived getting cut in half, but all these chicks just keep walking around. Dude, that don't make no sense. It doesn't make any. Then a lightsaber ain't the baddest weapon in the galaxy anymore. Apparently, the only things that stay down when they hit with a beam of anything is if you shoot them with a blaster. If you shoot them with a blaster, they're down for good. Because all the men that get hit with lightsabers die permanently. Qui-Gon, Han Solo. What the fuck? This is bothering the shit out of me. Stop saving these chicks. Now, I watched this episode. Yes, it's a bunch of girl bosses in there. I didn't necessarily have a problem with it. It's all chicks. So what? I don't care. I happen to like chicks. A lot. Too much. But story-wise, it makes sense because all these people are connected with each other and they've been running around in Rebels or whatever, some other shit that I didn't watch together. Fine. Okay. Whatever the fuck. Just get on with the goddamn story. And that's the part I'm getting. Now we on the scavenger hunt. First episode, we looking for the map. You lose the map. Bad guys got the map. Now the bad guys is about to smash out in the Eye of Sion to the other galaxy to go find Grand Admiral Thrawn because, I don't know, I guess they think he's a linchpin to winning all this shit. Look, I'm going through the Heir to the Empire books. I'm about a book and a half into it. Haven't read the second book yet. Grand Admiral Thrawn is a good strategist, but being an end-all, be-all, I don't see why. I don't see why yet. Maybe if I finish the story, I'll see how good of a character he was. But at this point, I still really don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. Now, as much as Dave is trying to incorporate this into his story he's telling for Ahsoka, it's still filled with all the bullshit that Dave did in other shows. It is not technically its own thing. It's a mashup of all this other stuff. And I said this from the beginning with Dave doing his own show with Ahsoka. You're using your own character in the Star Wars universe. You need to fix some of the shit you've broken. That's what you need to do with this show. You need to fix some of the stuff you're broken. Because everything that I recall from Dave and the Clone Wars and all the stuff that came out of that that makes no sense to Star Wars lore is shit that he threw in there that changed the lore. That's the only problem I have with Dave. Outside of his over-reliance on female characters, that's the only two things I really have a problem with him for. He knows the lore. He knows it so well, he goes in and fucks with it anytime he wants to. That's problematic to me. He's no different than the librarian on Coruscant in the Jedi Temple changing shit. Yeah, you're a good librarian. Why are you deleting stuff in the archive? What the hell are you doing? That's not what you're supposed to be doing. That's not your damn job. That's what I see Dave doing. In the temple, in the archives, deleting shit. Oh, you know what? This system don't exist, or this system does exist. Nigga, the fuck is your problem? I thought you was a fan of this shit. Now, I heard someone say that the fight scenes are really good. The sword fighting scenes are okay, but they're slow. And I just say they're slow because in my mind, some of the quickest sword fight scenes I've seen outside of the Star Wars universe happen with Donnie Yen and Jet Li. That's some of the quickest stuff I've seen in martial arts movies, right? In Star Wars movies, the fastest stuff I've seen is Obi-Wan and Maul in Phantom Menace. Fastest stuff I've seen. Or Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan and Anakin going at it. Full tilt, full speed. They were going. For real. That's why you got long takes. They knew their movements, they knew their choreography, and they went and did it. Young dudes really throwing it in there. I like Rosario Dawson, I do. If she was on my phone, we'd be talking right now and I wouldn't be recording this shit. But she's fucking slow. She's doing her best, but she's still kind of slow. It looks like a very slow choreographed thing. And as most as it looks like, it's only a little bit faster than Palpatine and Mace Windu fighting because both of the dudes that was in that shit was fucking old. That's it. Now you get the caveat for them because they're saying, oh, they're really experienced swordsmen, so they wouldn't waste a lot of movements. Bullshit. They're both old. We know that. This is make-believe, right? Okay, we know the reason why. They're both old and they're both slow. Rosario Dawson's fight scenes are only a little bit faster than their shit. With no CG, fake facing and nothing like that. She looks good doing the movements. It's just slow. Okay, all well and good. The only thing I'm bothered about is I'm waiting for her to fight an actual human being. Because everybody they keep putting her against in 2 episodes was supposed to be looking like goddamn robots. And I don't know if Marok is a robot or a person in a suit. I really don't know. I kind of don't give a shit because these Inquisitors keep popping out of everybody's ass every time they want to throw somebody bad in there with a red lightsaber. With the spinning flying disc fucking lightsabers, which I don't really like. I really don't like the Inquisitor's lightsabers. I think it's stupid. I really do. That's just me. Beyond that, I think that's another Dave influence. Beyond that, our fight scenes just look slow, but I'm enjoying the story of them trying to find out where the bad guys are going because now they're actually in a chase. They don't necessarily know where they're going, but they have to do some clever stuff to actually keep up with these people because these people are about to get the hell out of here. Now, the funny part about this whole thing, when you get to this part, is that basically Morgan Elspeth is leading this whole deal. A Dathomiri Night Sister. Okay? She's leading this whole deal. She got former Jedi's following her. Okay, whatever, fuck. But the ship that she's going to use with the new hyperdrive she got from her factory facilities on Corellia looks like the Eye of Sion looks like a Jedi fucking hyperdrive ring. That don't make no fucking sense. It doesn't. Now, the last time I saw a hyperdrive ring like that was in, I believe, episode 2, when Obi-Wan went to Geonosis, and you got to see the Jedi Starfighter, which looked like a diamond shape, and it had the ring that attached to it so it could hyper jump by itself, which I thought was really cool. Like, they disconnected, and the ship flew off, and the hyperdrive ring just stayed there floating. I thought that was a cool idea. That was pretty cool. I don't understand why some Dathomiri witch has a big one. Why, when she went to design her shit, she made just a big one. I'm like, what? Where's the originality? I understand this universe. I understand certain things from certain people look the same way. If you get a Corellian transport, it'll look like Dash Rendar's Outrider, or it'll look like the Millennium Falcon. There's certain design characteristics that carry over. I fucking get that. Why the hell is a Dathomiri witch making her ship look like a Jedi Starfighter? That doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. It just doesn't. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me that was bothering me in this episode was when you get the big scene with Sabine Wren, which is basically just a play on Saba Sabatine's name. Don't think I missed that, Dave. Fuck you for that. Don't think I missed it. You got her doing her whole blade samurai thing with laying out her armor and putting her armor on again and cutting her hair and all that goofy shit, which is another thing. Like, yeah, I saw that in another movie. Moving on. She finally puts on this armor, and I'm looking at it, and I think it's the ugliest fucking painted armor I've ever seen in The Mandalorian. I mean, for real. This shit looks worse than some of those armors in season 3 of The Mandalorian when they went to the covert. I'm like, damn, these some rinky-dink motherfuckers. But at least some of them was painted all the same color. This bitch looked like she trying to wear the rainbow flag out. Now I'm looking at this shit, and one of the things that's bothering me, because I'm an artist and I like things working together, is that she has this orange stripe on her breastplate that comes up, and then when it gets to her shoulder piece, the orange stripe is on the outside, and on the chest piece, the orange stripe is on the inside. It fucks up the continuity of that costume. It looks stupid to me. I'm like, that's wrong. And you know how wrong it is. If you think I'm nitpicking, you know how wrong it is by looking at the opposite shoulder. The opposite shoulder doesn't follow that design language. It keeps the same burgundy on the outside. It doesn't jump to the inside all of a sudden. So I'm looking at that, it's like, that looks stupid. That's drawing my eye. My OCD is fixated on that shit. Like, that is not right. That is not right. Somebody needs to fix that. Or turn her fucking shoulder pad around. Something. This shit is bothering me. I don't like her armor. I'm happy that she put it back on. Since they mentioned in the first episode she's supposed to be a Mandalorian. But she got Ezra's lightsaber and using that ineffectively or whatever. Fuck. Good. Put your armor back on. Maybe you'll do better. At least your guts will be protected this time. So that was bothering me. So seeing some of these inconsistencies and knowing that this show, if you read the credits, is created and written by Dave Filoni. He did all this himself. Then there is no one else to blame but you, motherfucker. You are the source of some inconsistencies and some problems that I have within lore that have been changed since the advent of the Clone Wars and the advent of the Rebel show. A lot of inconsistencies introduced that changed lore completely. That's my problem with Dave. That's my main problem with Dave. And I'm seeing more of it happen here. So hearing the shit that he had to say to the fans and everything else, par for the course. What did you think he was going to say? I'm still of the mind that the top of his hat probably got a vagina in it. Yeah, cowboy hat with a vagina in the top. I believe that. Doesn't mean I hate the dude. Doesn't mean that at all. But I am having some problems with him. I am having some problems with this show. Is it overall sucking? No, it's not overall sucking. It's not exciting. But then again, what do you expect from a first-time live-action director? I mean, yeah, he got his credit on one episode of fucking Mandalorian, but what was that? His own character again. So he's only playing with his own toys. So nobody can tell him he's doing it wrong because he's only playing with his own toys. So, first-time director, live-action director, okay. Well, this is what it's going to be. You could probably work a little better with music going into your fight scenes and stuff and understanding how to punch up your fight scenes with some music involved. But otherwise, it's just happening. I'm just watching shit happening. And there's no emotional pull for me to be invested in it at all. It's not. I'm watching that fight with Ahsoka and Mara, and I'm thinking, she's having a hard time with this robot. Why is this taking so long? That's what I'm thinking. Why is this taking so long? I thought she's supposed to be the badass Jedi or non-Jedi out there. Gray Jedi, right? She's supposed to be better than Luke, right? Why is this taking so fucking long? What, she just don't care right now? So that's where I'm at on this. Them actually trying to find a way to get to the other galaxy and find Grand Admiral Thrawn because Thrawn heals all things. All right, whatever the fuck. Let's just get on with it. So hopefully by episode 3 tonight, that's what's happening. They're just going off to the other galaxy. Small fight ensues for them not to get off. And then they just end up porting out to this other galaxy and finding Thrawn. And we get the introduction of whatever actor is playing Thrawn because I watched no trailers about who the fuck was playing Thrawn. I didn't want to know. I don't like spoilers. So I didn't watch. So all of this stuff is new for me. Outside of knowing who the main characters were, knowing who was making it, knowing who was in it, I'm taking all this stuff in new, fresh. And my fresh view of it is a lot of it is not that damn interesting. It's not blowing my skirt up at all. I'm just watching it. Shit is just happening on the screen. There's no emotional investment with any of this stuff. In 2 episodes, mind you. 2. So we'll see. Since 3 is already up and I can go ahead and watch this now, we'll see what happens with episode 3. Maybe I get a little bit more invested. Maybe I don't. But we'll see what's happening. Episode 1 review should be up now. Episode 2, this one, will be up in a little while. So go ahead and watch it. And once you finish watching that, you can watch episode 3 because I will be, as soon as I shut this off, I'll do a couple little editing things. And then I will jump right into watching and recording episode 3. And then we'll get that out the way. I've done a triple feature today. I had a busy day, even though I took the day off. So this is what it is. So like, share, subscribe to this channel. I have been artisanmc, and I will see you the next time. Peace.